Today we're making these candy cane biscotti cookies. I found this recipe on Pinterest among a sea of other gorgeous looking Pinterest food pictures. I will leave a link to the recipe in the description box below. Let's get started. To our bowl, we're going to add in half a cup of unsalted butter. I'm using salted. Add in 3 eggs and 1 cup of sugar. The recipe says to add in 2 teaspoons of peppermint extract. I almost feel like 1 teaspoon would have been better. It's pretty powerful stuff. Give everything a good mix. Time for our dry ingredients. Add in 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 3 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Mix, mix, mix. Now we're going to crush up some candy canes. You can do this 2 different ways. Take your candy canes and stick them in a gallon Ziploc baggie and smash them with a mallet. I find that method can poke holes in the plastic, so I'm going to go with the food processor. Keep in mind, if you use the food processor, make sure you're ready to use your candy canes right away, as the heat from the food processor can cause your candy canes to clump up later if they're sitting out. Simply break your candy canes in half and toss them into your food processor. I started off by pulsing until the majority of the chunks were broken up, and then I switched to a higher speed. As you can see here, we have the perfect chunks. As far as candy canes go, the recipe says you'll need about 3/4 of a cup for the dough and 1/2 of a cup for the topping. Well, here we discover that 1 box of candy canes is not enough. So instead, we're going to use 1/2 a cup for the dough and the remainder for the topping, because there's no way I'm driving to the store for 1 more box of candy canes. Into the bowl it goes and mix until combined. On your parchment-lined baking sheet, the recipe says to take your dough and divide it in half and create 2 logs about 14 inches long and 1/2 inch thick. Well, I like really long biscottis, so I'm going to take all of the dough and shape it into 1 fat log. As you can see, this dough is super thick. You can basically grab it out of the bowl with your hands without getting covered in dough. Into the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. Once your biscotti is done, you're going to carefully cut it into 1-inch slices. As you can see here, the cookie is still really soft, so we're going to bake these 2 more times. Flip your cookies onto one side and bake for an additional 5 to 10 minutes. After that, flip them again on the opposite side and bake one last time for 5 to 10 more minutes. To give you an idea of the baking times, this side of the cookie was baked for 10 minutes and the other side was baked for 5 minutes. Now it's time to add on our white chocolate drizzle. My favorite brand for melting candies would be Ghirardelli. It's flippin' delicious. Doesn't require any shortening to thin it out either. If you don't have this in your pantry, you can use about 1 cup of regular white chocolate chips plus 1 tablespoon of shortening to help thin it out. Microwave for 1 minute, stirring every 15 seconds for both options. You can either drizzle it onto your cookie with a spoon or pour it into a piping bag. Before your chocolate has a chance to set, grab your candy cane pieces and sprinkle them on top. As you can see here, I did run out of candy cane topping for the last 2 cookies. Oh well. As I said before, I thought the peppermint extract was way too powerful and could have been reduced by half. Perhaps I didn't shake the container enough, I don't know. The next time I make these, I think I'll just omit the extract altogether and instead add in 1 full cup of crushed candy canes. In case you were wondering, yes, the candy canes in the biscotti do melt into the cookie, so no, there aren't any hard, chunky surprises when you bite into it. However, that does totally depend on the size of your candy cane pieces. The smaller they are, the better chance they have to melt into your baked goods. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.